Hello, everyone, here, and welcome to my unboxing and review of the Medicos Super Action Statue Jojos Bizarre Adventure Part 6 Stone Ocean Weather Reporter. Holy crap, what a mouthful. But I picked him up off of BBTS because they had him for a really good price. He was actually in my pile of loot for a very long time. I shipped him with the Kirigoshima Nendoroid that I reviewed last time, which came out pretty alright. It was okay. But I'm pretty damn excited about this as well. I decided to do Kiri first because I think I was a little bit more excited for her, but I am really looking forward to getting Weather Reporter out of here. Very cool. My next addition to my Part 6 collection, and definitely a good one because most people would probably consider him the highlight of Part 6. I do love him a lot, but Jolene is my favorite JoJo, so for me, she's the highlight of Part 6, but he is great. No hate, no shade whatsoever. He is great. And with him added to the collection, I think all I need is Anasui and Foo Fighters to complete the Part 6 gang, which is definitely very exciting. But I'm super excited about this. He looks really great in the packaging, and let's jump into the review. Getting in here on the packaging, we have the Medicos logo, we have JoJo Super Action Statue, we have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, my bad, Weather R, because apparently they couldn't write Weather Reporter, and then we have Weather in the packaging right there with his golden cock of awesomeness right there, and then on the top, and then on the side, we have a nice picture of Weather Reporter on the side. On the back, we have a ton of product shots of him. We have the approved by Shueisha sticker. We have all of the accessories. I'm super excited to check out this diver down leg. That's going to be super fun. And there's another picture of the figure right there. And as usual with these figures, there's no tape holding them on there, so there's no need to get my knife out. Let's just go ahead, pop him out here, and have a look at him. I am really excited. I hope he's really good. I did watch some reviews on this one, and he looks super impressive. So let's see if he is super impressive. Alright, and here we have Weather Reporter out of the packaging, looking pretty damn awesome, if you ask me. Out of the packaging, a few of his joints were stuck, but that's a pretty normal thing for the JoJo Super Action Statue line. Occasionally, there's a couple of joints stuck, but they were freed up pretty easily. This one at the base of the waist here was a little bit stuck, was a little bit more stuck than I would like it to be, but it's still freed up perfectly fine, so I don't think there's really anything to complain about. And yeah, he looks great, and all the joints feel really great. This is not like Funny Valentine was, which, while he was a great figure, he did have some loose joints here and there. This guy, everything seems about perfect tolerance. This is a little bit loose, but I don't think that's worth complaining about because I just don't feel like, I feel like this is actually a fine joint tolerance. Like, he doesn't fall. That's all I care about. It doesn't like wiggle around, but it's easy to pose when you want to pose it, which is super nice. Yeah, I'm definitely digging him already. But with that being said, let's get in here on the figure here. So there you have Weather Report's glorious head with his absolutely ridiculous hair. Yeah, that's actually his hair. It's not like a Ushanka. It's actually his hair. It's not a hat. And then the weird gold horns, which I don't even know what that's about, man. It's so weird. It was so weird when they went to his backstory and you freaking find out that this is actually his hair and not just a hat. That was so freaking funny, man. I loved his backstory though. So freaking good. Honestly, probably one of the best parts of Part 6 actually was Weather Report's whole arc with Poochie. Very great. If you haven't watched or read Part 6, I really would recommend it. It's not the best thing ever, but it's still well worth it if you're a JoJo fan. 100%. It's well worth it. But yeah, that face sculpt looks great. I love the facial features. This is actually very accurate to the anime, actually. He looks really close to how this one looks. I assume this is probably a fairly recent Super Action statue because it's very nicely done. Moving down to his super thick neck. God, he's got that Corey Taylor neck. Look at that thing. Look at that freaking monster. That is a little bit ridiculous, honestly. It might be a little much, but honestly, I think it looks pretty okay from what I can see, but it might be a little much. And then moving down to his shirt here, we got all those little openings and tears right there, the little insignias all around, the little pieces to get through his huge buff torso. He might be the buffest guy since Part 3, honestly, man. Look at this fucker. He is absolutely glorious. And then the Green Dolphin Street Jail on the back there, just like, oop, no, actually, I guess that was on Jolene's jacket, but it is on Ermi's right there, so that's very cool. Oh yeah, looking really, really great, man. And then moving down here to the golden cock. Look at it. It's absolutely glorious. Bask in the glory of the golden cock. And the W for Wumbo. Absolutely beautiful. Love the little, and I love the belt as well. Super, super well done. Very nice. The wrinkle work all throughout the figure is really great. And there's definitely some really good shading here as well. You can see some lighter purple fading into some darker purple right there. More of like an indigo blue. Really, really, really nicely done. Absolutely loving it. You got some nice little fur textures around the wrist cufflinks right here as well, looking great. Some little gold pieces around the knees right there, also looking fantastic. Again, the wrinkle work continuing down here, just absolutely fantabulous. Very weird word, but I said it, and I'm sticking by it. And we got some nice white on the base of the feet right there as well. Super, super nice. This is already looking like yet another fantastic showing from Medicos' amazing Super Action statue line. All right, now getting into the articulation, you can see we do have a ball joint at the head right here, so you can move around, and a ball joint at the base of the neck right there. I assume it's probably, yep, you can see a little, I can see the little hinge piece right there. So the head is on a hinge with a ball joint in the skull right there, so it can look up, it can tilt, and then there's a ball joint at the base of the neck as well, which allows for a ton of movement in the head right there. You can get him look up, he can look down, he can look to the side. I honestly think that the way that the Medicos Super Action statue JoJo figures are set up in the head might be like one of like the best ways to set up the head articulation for an action figure. It just gets so much movement. It's really nice and expressive. I just absolutely love it. Moving down to the torso, taking a look at the arm posability, you can move it out. Obviously, you can swivel. These pieces are nice and tight, which I really, really like. And then we have a little bit under, full double jointed bend at the arm right there, but I think it's pretty okay. I don't think you really need to get his arms up all the way. I'm thinking about weather report poses right now, and I don't know. I don't really feel like you really need to be able to get him all the way up. It would be nice, obviously, if you could get him all the way, if you could get his arms to go all the way, like, similar to how, like, Jolene can, or even his, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but even Poochie can definitely get his arms up a lot more than that, but still, it's still, I think it's acceptable. And then the hands are the usual, you know, the little peg that you can swivel, and then you can turn it if you want to get any amount of movement you want. Really nice. And then, of course, the basic setup for the torso as well. You've got a ball joint at the base, and you got a ball joint in the middle, and a ball joint at the base of the waist right there. Also, very, very nicely done. The legs, obviously, oop, that came off a little bit easy, but that's not a big deal. Just pop it back on. The legs can go forward pretty good, and then not too much back, but you do get a little bit right there, which is pretty nice. And then as for the bend, totally 100% double jointed bend right there at the knee. That is super, super duper nice looking and feels very nice and solid. And then you have up and down at the feet, a little bit of swivel, and then you do have a nice toe joint right there for the feet as well. Very, very nice. And like I said before, there's no loose joints. There's no overly tight joints. He is pretty damn fantastic. Now, getting into the comparisons, I want to show how big he is. Compare him with Jonathan here. He's actually pretty close to the same height as Jonathan. Jonathan is only like a hair taller, which is crazy because Jonathan is a huge figure. So yeah, this guy, he's a big boy. He is definitely one of the bigger Super Action statues, and he wears it well, because now we're going to bring in the rest of the Part 6 gang. We'll start off with the good guys here. So we'll bring in Hermes, and we'll bring in Jolene here. Oops, she doesn't want to stand up, but we'll just put them like this, and Jolene. And as you can see, I think the scale is pretty much perfect here with them. I do believe, yeah, this looks perfect to me. Like, his scale, his height is looking really, really nice. I think, just trying to make him look a little bit more natural here. He was kind of leaning to the side there, but there you go. There you have our gang so far. Like I said before, I still need Anasui and Foo Fighters to complete the whole gang, which is going to be very, very cool. I think Foo Fighters would be the next Part 6 figure I would go for. I love Foo Fighters. Who doesn't love Foo Fighters? But yeah, she is, but yeah, he looks really great with his companions. And then if we also bring in, of course, Poochie here, we'll just move Hermes over and bring in his, ooh, no spoilers, but we can bring in Poochie right there. And you can see, I think they scale absolutely perfectly together. Poochie has always been a little bit of a hard one to make look proper because he's a big one. He is definitely a big one. Like, just to compare Poochie with Jonathan here, yeah, he's a big one. So there you have that. And now let's just And there you go. There is all of my Part 6 Super Action statues together, looking very, very good. Yeah, I think they all work really, really well. There's definitely a bit of a height upgrade from Part 6 to the other parts. Like, I'm bringing Bruno here for scale so you can see Part 5 compared. I definitely think they are a little bit more, like you can see Jolene's head is a little bit bigger than, all of their heads are a little bit bigger than Bruno. So the scale is a little bit bigger for the Part 6 figures compared to, like, the other ones. But I think it works really, really well, and yeah, they all look really, really, really cool together. I absolutely love these. A lot of people say the Part 6 figures are some of the best of the Super Action statue line, and while I'm not the biggest Part 6 fan in the world, despite Jolene being my favorite JoJo, I can admit that these are pretty damn fantastic Super Action statues. But with that being said, it is time for my favorite part of the review, of course, the accessories. Let's start off as usual with our alternate head here, and of course we get a screaming head sculpt as per usual with the Super Action statue line, and let's see how they did with this one. And I think this one's pretty good. I definitely think it looks pretty good. The eyes do have that common problem of looking a little bit more bored than angry, but I think this is an acceptable one. Looks pretty nice. The mouth sculpt is actually really, really good. They definitely did that very good. And then, of course, to switch them out, you just gotta pop off the head and swippy swap it. Do be careful about these horns here because they are pretty sharp, but that went on pretty easily unless it wasn't on all the way, but oh, goodness gracious. There we go, got it on, and yeah, I think this is actually a pretty good one. I definitely think you'll be able to get some really cool poses with this. They are making the stand for him. I don't have it yet. I believe he was a One Fest exclusive, but I believe they'll probably re-release him. And when they re-release him for the normal release, I'll probably pick him up because why not? But you do actually get kind of a cool stand representation with Weather Report here, but I do think this looks really, really cool. So yeah, this is actually probably one of my favorite screaming head sculpts that they've done. This one's actually very good. Very easy to switch too. Now for the hands, in the package you get some fist hands, and then you also get an alternate pair of kind of karate chop hands right here, which is very, very cool. You get a pair of splayed out hands, and you get a pair of kind of reaching out and grabbing hands, although they probably could pass for some relaxed hands as well. And as per usual, when you want to switch out the hands, it's just a matter of popping one off and lining it up and sticking it on there right there. Very, very nice, very easy to do. But yeah, these can pass off as relaxed hands if you want them to, which is a thumbs up from me because you guys know how much I love my relaxed hands. So yeah, I would say pretty good hand selection right here, but I actually think this next accessory is the thing that I'm most excited about with this figure, and that is the Diver Down leg right here. So this is just a alternate accessory, and I believe what you do with this is we come to Weather Report here, and I think it's this leg. Like, I think you just gotta rip this off. Yep, you just pop that right off, and you have this little thing right here, and then you pop on the Diver Down leg. And this is, of course, to recreate the fight with Poochie, although I'm having a hard time getting this on. There we go. Oh, come on. This is a little bit harder to get on. There we go. Just takes a little bit of effort to get that on, but I'm probably going to leave that on him because I just think that looks super, super cool, and it's a super awesome highlight moment of Part 6 right there. So this will allow you, of course, to recreate the fight between Poochie and Weather Report right here. That would be awesome. Yeah, this is super cool. I love this accessory. This is just an absolutely awesome accessory. This honestly might be one of my favorite accessories to come with any Super Action statue I have collected so far. That is such a great accessory. I love that. And then when you want to switch it back, you just gotta pop it off. I'm probably gonna display him with this because I think this is so cool. But for the sake of the review, we'll go ahead and pop his normal leg back on. But that is genuinely one of the coolest accessories that I have seen with a Super Action statue. I love this, honestly. And I love this figure. He is absolutely amazing. We have one more thing to go over here, and it is very, very exciting, and that is going to be the Weather Report stand effects right here. So you have some clouds right here, and I believe we have to put this together. I think we get an instruction manual, so let's put this together, shall we? We only got 14 minutes in right now. This should only take a few minutes. Alright, let's see here. I got the instructions over here, but this should be pretty straightforward. I did see in one person's review, though, they really struggled putting this together. So let's see how we do here. Alright, so we get this big accessory right here. And I do want to once again reiterate that that if you want the full stand, you can get it. I believe Medicos released it as a OneFest exclusive, but they'll probably re-release it regularly, like as a regular release in maybe a year or two. Hopefully, it would be nice if they would do this year. I'm not really in any rush to get that. I don't think it's a particularly memorable stand, but it does look very cool. And if they do put it up, I will most likely pick it up because it is JoJo. Hard to say no to JoJo, man. But this is a really nice thing that they included with the figure, because I guess they weren't originally planning on making the weather report stand, so it's very nice that they included this. And the stand does look very, very cool. I think they even give you like an alternate torso that's just like a cloud accessory, a cloud effect, which is very cool. So if you're interested in that, maybe stay tuned on the channel. Eventually will probably be a review for that, but we get all of these, and it looks like what you got to do is, okay, so this is the stand for weather report. We just got to plop this through this hole here. I think there's a little bit of there we go. That is very tight. We just gotta pop that through, and then we just gotta wrap this around. Oh my goodness, can we not actually... Hold on, I think I have to put that in afterwards. But I think I got it loosened up a little bit, so it'll probably be a lot easier to get that in. So we just gotta wrap this around him. Okay, right there. Actually, we probably could have put it back in there, but we just gotta plug that in and get that all the way through, and then just find the hole right there. Okay, and you obviously are going to have him on the stand. Well, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe you won't need him to put him on the stand. Obviously, this being a super action statue, you of course get the super action statue stand, of course. But we have that, and then we have these little pieces right here, and these are going to... Okay, so here's the setup. We take this one right here, so these are different sizes, so you do need to pay attention to that. And this plugs in to right here, and there is a little notch for the peg to go all the way in. And then this goes right here, and you have to get this like under his arm, and then plug this into right there. And then this piece plug into right here. And just get that in. Okay, and then plug this around here, get his arm out of the way here. Probably want to go like up here though. And then plug that in to right there. And there we go. And there are these little cutouts in the piece right here that, oh, maybe you actually want to put the arm down first, then plug this in. And then the arm can like sit in that cutout right there. Same on this side as well. And honestly, I wasn't expecting much from these, but this actually looks really cool. Like straight up. That looks super cool, and you don't need the stand. He can stand up on his own. I don't know how the hell he's managing to have all of this weight on his back, but is still able to hold to stand himself up, but he can, man. This is a very, very impressive super action statue, man. These figures are always great, but honestly, he is really, really good. I love this accessory. I think this looks so, so good. You could play around with it a little bit more. You could probably come up with some other ways to make it look cool, and then, I mean, you can combine this with the diver down leg as well, which you know what I'm gonna do because I really, really love this accessory as well. You just pop that on, and it's a lot easier to put this on once you've already done it once. So just get that in there, and come on. Maybe it's still a little hard though. There we go. And there you go. This guy is really, really awesome, man. I think this speaks for itself. Oh God, it is very heavy, but I mean, it's crazy that he's even able to support all of this weight without even needing his stand. That is so, so awesome. So getting into the final thoughts on the JoJo Super Action statue, Weather Reporter, god damn, he's great. Man, I wasn't expecting him to be so great, but he is freaking awesome. Legit, he is freaking awesome. He actually might be one of the best ones. I know I say this in like every single review. He's not one of my new favorites or anything, but he is good, man. Like like the weather report accessories are actually really cool. I love this diver down accessory. I think that's the highlight of the figure personally. The sculpting, the paintwork, everything about him. He's actually a lot more anime accurate than a lot of the other Super Action statues. Like you compare him to Poochie here, and Poochie, I mean, obviously in the anime, Poochie had the black, black robe with like the red outline around the cross here. But this is exactly how he looked in the anime. Like absolutely, like one for one, it looks absolutely amazing. And yeah, there's just little to nothing wrong with him. His accessories are all great. His articulation is awesome. The sculpt, the paint, everything about him is top tier. I think I see no reason to dock a single grade from this figure. This guy is a big ol' S+ for Medicos Super Action statues. Well done, y'all. Well done. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe give me a like and subscribe for some more JoJo Super Action statue reviews in the future. Let me know all your thoughts on the Super Action statue weather report in the comment section down below. And with that being said, this is DK Guillotine, signing out. It's a cloud suitor.